do business, please.
In the councils of government, we must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex.
I hereby declare this to be an unlawful assembly. I order all those assembled to immediately disperse.
It's a military mission in North St. Louis. Heavily armored vehicles are rolling into town.
And don't be alarmed if you see those over the next 7 days rolling through your neighborhood.
If you see military helicopters flying low over Minneapolis, do not be alarmed.
The guns will be taken. No one will be able to be armed. We will take all weapons.
Mr. and Mrs. America, turn them all in.
Just really brainwash people into thinking about guns in a vastly different way.
Enough.
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 Enough. The Department of Homeland Security is apparently on a huge ammo buying spree.
It comes out to like 1.6 billion rounds of ammunition.
And as KSLA News 12 Jeff Farrell discovered, the clergy would help the government with potentially their biggest problem, us.
So part of it is we have to break through our kind of private idea that kids belong to their parents or kids belong to their families and recognize that kids belong to whole communities.
If you got a business, that you didn't build that. Somebody else made that happen.
Mercury-containing vaccines may help, not harm kids, according to 2 new studies in the journal Pediatrics.
Black Hawk choppers soaring through the night sky, but this is only a drill.
Heavily armed officers in Watertown search for the suspect, house to house.
It's a joint military training exercise involving local police, also military. In your apartment!
I am in my apartment, sir.
Go back inside right now!
I am inside. I have 2 words for you. Predator drones. You will never see it coming.
The dramatic scene played out in front of our cameras. Parents grabbing their children and running after spending the night hunkering in their houses and then finding themselves face to face with the muzzle of a SWAT officer's rifle.
They let them in the area. They told them they could come in, and now they're coming in like they're trespassers, punching and shoving people.
We're not turning our guns in, and we're not running, and we're not backing down. If you want them, come and take them.
We are on the march. The Empire is on the run. Live from the Infowars.com studios, it's Alex Jones.
I can't do it all, folks. I've done everything I can, every electronic crack I could find to get my message out to people, okay? I just need you to go out and be leaders and warn everybody about what's going on. And you're like, well, how do I do that? Go to the CDC's website, print out how it can kill you and all the bad things it can do, and then show people news articles saying vaccines are safe and effective. You'll see that everywhere. And go show people, look, they say there's no side effects. Here's 100 pages right here. Here's the PrisonPlanet.com posting of Mike Adams' story, 10 outrageous but true facts about vaccines the CDC and the vaccine industry don't want you to do. You know what I want? I don't even have time to tell the nightly news what I want them to cover every night. You know what I want covered tomorrow night? I want this covered tomorrow night. I want GMOs covered. I want what's going on covered. I want to fight these son of a bitches. I don't want to have half measures. I don't want to die and have them win. I'm sick of their crap. And I don't know how to totally beat them, but first, like Howard Beale says in Network, you've got to get mad. You've got to get angry. You got to find your humanity, and you got to start kicking some New World Order ass in the info war before this thing gets physical. But I'm not going to sit here. You notice it came out a month ago. Oh, Virginia. Oh, California. We're still sterilizing foster kids. First, it was prisoners. Well, they deserve it. See, they're trying to sell it. Then, oh, it was foster kids, too. Yeah, well, after you rape them. They're already committing crimes everywhere. And you know why they come out and tell you, oh, we gave kids in Guatemala syphilis too in vaccines. We apologize. Remember that this year, Hillary? They apologize. They're telling you to just get you used to it, to psychologically inoculate you, so that as all this comes out, it's like, so we gave 100 million Americans, as estimated, all these new rare cancers in a cocktail of viruses in your polio vaccine, the live vaccine we shoot up kids' noses. What's the big deal, pumpkin? Isn't dying young fun? I mean, these people are assaulting us. Under common law, ladies and gentlemen, they could all be rounded up and hung. Okay, but they've got Homeland Security geared up to try to keep the clamps down while they murder us slow. They love the fact they're killing you and your family. They enjoy it. People tune into the show, they go, this guy's far out. I'm not far out. They're far out. That one caller set me off. I mean, is this an abnormal response to the fact that they have written book after book, like Eco-Science by the White House Science Czar, how they put fluoride in the water to brain damages, and they brag about it. And they think it's funny. And they think it's funny. I don't think it's funny. And then I'm bad because I'm a primitive, folks. I take people attacking us and poisoning our water supply like we're animals. I guess we are. And I guess the psychopath is the superior human because it runs everything. Of course, I'm being sarcastic. They wreck everything once they get in control. These people are your enemy. They are never going to stop. They're never going to deviate from their program until we stop them. And you either wake up to that our government's pure evil, funding al-Qaeda to murder Christians worldwide, running them, or you kneel to this system because you think it's popular and you just kind of go along with it and have a drink on the New World Order and just sit back and drink beer and watch football? That's too depressing, man. I choose to think everything's good. Boy, let me tell you, hell would be locked up with a bunch of guys like that. Hell would be locked up with people like that that just put up with all this stuff. You guys aren't men. You are the equivalent of 12-year-olds who watched Madison Avenue programming and were taught you weren't cool. So your whole life you do whatever the system says, trying to be cool, trying to get acceptance, trying to be part of the system. There is no system. There's an artificial construct that they're trying to insert us into. And before it's completed, we have to sabotage it immediately any way we can. And like great white sharks, just like Stefan Molyneux said, when humans don't see their cage, they're very easy to control. Once we see it, we're like great white sharks chewing through the nets. We just have to collectively reach out with our pinky and just shove the New World Order, and we can rip their arms out like Beowulf pulling Grendel's arm out of its socket. You could just blow at the New World Order. If we all started doing it, they would fall over. They would burn into flame. Why do you think they hate us and try to dumb us down and poison us? Because the minute we start moving like a glacier, it will crush them. Do you understand that? These people need to be annihilated. And you need to understand something, ladies and gentlemen. I don't say that because I don't think about how I want to annihilate them. I'm like a mother who can pick a car up off their baby because it's screaming and begging for help. That's been documented over and over again. It's that same instinct, and that's what you need to go for. What you hear in my discuss with these people is the primal survival instinct to get them off of us. To get them off of us. That's what you're hearing. And that's what you need to have. You need to have that spirit. Get off me. Get off me. You ever had a couple bullies thinking and they get you down and really start hurting you? All of a sudden, you got all that strength and you just get up and start just breaking arms, man. That's what I'm talking about politically. You got to set your eye on the enemy, not worry about what propaganda they put out. You're the enemy. You're the scum. You're the filth. You're the murderers. You're going down. We're never stopping. Hell or high water. We're going over the top, and you're never going to stop us. Do you understand that? That's what I'm talking about, and that's what they're scared of, is that spirit. And it is the spirit of 1776, and you need to ask God for it today. And I'm telling you, God will deliver it, because you think I'm mad, you think you're mad, Can you imagine the creator that gives us everything that's good, but has to give us free will so evil is there to test us? Can you imagine how much God that gives us all the good things, our children, everything? Can you imagine what God thinks about this? Can you imagine? No one will go to the New York Times or care that it's even admitted that the government's hatching most of the terror plots. Or people will say, what are you doing? Endorsing radical Islam, saying it doesn't exist? I didn't say that. I said our criminal government is arming them, aiding and abetting them, protecting them to attack and kill us so they can take our freedoms. That's what I said.
Never water yourself down just because someone can't handle you at 100 proof. It's the Alex Jones Show, because there's a war on for your mind.
CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, Glenn Beck, and everybody else that runs around claiming that I'm saying there aren't any real Muslim terrorists. That's a load of crud, and you know it.